Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Daily News, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for more news and log on to our website www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. Let's continue with information. Let me let you in on a small secret. The Yucatan Peninsula isn't all about Maya civilization and culture. It is a city that also portrays art and charm in several forms. Merida's culinary side is exquisite, full of flavors, colors, scents, and a touch of an ancient culture. Merida is the capital city of the state of Yucatan, and its food is a wonderful expression of art, and also a great manifestation of culture and identity, which in the case of Merida is certainly something they carry deep in their blood. The city of Merida is a place full of traditions and customs. It has a very colonial side to it and is of course a very picturesque city. It perfectly blends these elements with the lifestyle of any 21st century metropolis, meaning you'll see huge colonial Baroque-style buildings with modern-day technology. Along Paseo Montejo, you will even find what I like to call a colonial Starbucks. When it comes to food, the city is exquisite. It is an idyllic fusion of traditional cooking styles and ingredients with the modern era. Yucatecan cuisine derives, of course, from the pre-Hispanic times and the Maya culture. Another attribute of Yucatecan cuisine is that it's quite spicy. Not so much it is spicy hot, but it contains very typical and Mexican spices such as recado rojo, a spice very similar to paprika, meaning that if you're not used to it, you'd better be cautious and don't overdo it. For breakfast, try a delicious dish called huevos motuleños, which are fried eggs on top of fried tortillas and baked in a tomato and spices sauce, accompanied with peas, beans, and cheese. Ideal to start the day. You may also want to try papazules, which are basically egg tacos. Now the peculiar thing about them is the sauce that goes on top when it's made from pepita seed, just delicious. And for drinking, have a nice orange and chaya juice or a mamey milkshake. For a stronger meal at lunchtime or dinner, then I suggest a turkey or pork-based dish. Try cochinita pibil, a pork dish with a red sauce, exquisite to be accompanied with tortillas and rice. Pavo en escabeche, a turkey dish bathed with a sauce made from several spices and chilies, ideal to be accompanied with rice and beans. And of course, my very own personal favorite, relleno negro, a delicious but very odd-looking dish. It is a dish that looks black. I love having it with chicken, but if you rather, you can have it with turkey. Its color is black because it is made from a selection of chilies and tomatoes that have been previously grilled and blended together to make the sauce. Baked on top of the chicken breast or turkey, its taste is definitely unique. And feast your eyes, soul, and palate on Merida's delicious and exquisite variety of culinary delights. I'm sure you will love it. Now let's go to Jalisco. And visiting Jalisco implies standing amid a marvelous place. You will see from urban and contemporary buildings in the middle of an hectic and busy city, while also charming and cute towns that preserve millenary traditions. Unlike typical culinary delights from the Yucatan Peninsula, Jalisco's traditional cuisine features an exquisite array of meat-based dishes, which are to die for. Let's begin with the tortas ahogadas. This is a typical dish of the state, and even though it looks quite simple, the beauty of it will be seen when you take the first bite. A torta ahogada is similar to a baguette, only smaller and not crunchy, filled with pork. A tomato and arbol chili sauce is poured all over it, meaning that the beef and the bread are completely soaked in the salsa. Moving on to the pozole rojo, which is still very typical and authentic of Mexico. The one made in Jalisco is dark red because the salsa is based with a guajillo chili and tomato, which gives it a strong color. The stew has minced and meat, pork or chicken, and is accompanied with freshly chopped oregano, onion, radish, onion, lettuce, and tostadas. There are many Jalisco's traditional dishes, and I guarantee you will love them all. Diego Rivera died in 1957, but before he died, he left some specific instructions about a locked bathroom inside the Blue House, the place where he lived with the Mexican painter Frida Kahlo, and which actually is a famous museum in Mexico City, where you can appreciate a little about the painter's life. The instructions were left to Dolores Olmedo, who he asked that when he and Frida died, turn their house into a museum and left everything open to the public, but that specific bathroom, he asked her to wait 15 years after his death to open it. Those 15 years became 50, and in 2004, the locked door got opened, and hundreds of pictures, dresses, documents, and toys were discovered, and now they are displayed at the Blue House. From that moment on, they started to catalog the content of the room, and Ishushi Miyako was invited to take the pictures of more than 300 objects. At the present time, those pictures are on display at an exhibition in London, where pieces of Kahlo's wardrobe are shown, such as corsets, shoes, glasses, dresses, and other things. On an interview with Reuters, Miyako assured she was very nervous at the moment where she got face to face with Kahlo's belongings, but little by little, she felt she could communicate with her. In spite of her inner suffering and her complicated life, Frida always was a strong woman, and nowadays is one of the most representative icons of Mexico. Miyako confessed she didn't know much about Frida Kahlo, only a few things she read in books, but she assures that at the moment she saw her belongings, she realized Kahlo was very different than was at all of her. The exhibition photographs had also been published in a book. The London exhibition at the Michael Harper's Gallery will run until July 12. This summer, one of the finest orchestras in Mexico will make its debut at the Cambridge Corn Exchange as part of the cultural agenda of the Year of Mexico in the United Kingdom. The Philharmonic Orchestra of the National Autonomous University of Mexico, or FUNAM, will perform a 4-concert series showing the best of Mexican composers and the diversity of their repertoire. The program will include works by Mexican composers Carlos Chavez, Arturo Márquez, and José Pablo Moncayo. The debut has been set for July 5th at the Cambridge Corn Exchange. It will continue on to the G Live at Gildorf on July 7th, then to the Anvil in Basingstoke on July 8th, to close at London's Cadogan Hall on July 9th. As part of a preview, John Latham Koenig, the British-born artistic director of the orchestra, announced that the orchestra program for this tour will open with a powerful performance of Carlos Chavez based on the work of Danish-German organist Dietrich Buxtehude, followed by Danzón No. 2 by Arturo Márquez. During the first part of the program, there will be 2 solos featuring violinist Tasmin Little, who will join the orchestra with Ralph Vaughan Williams, The Lark Ascending, and Gustav Holst's Song of the Night. Of UNAM's home concert hall is the UNAM Cultural Center Sala Nezahualcóyotl, which has been compared in magnificence to the German Berliner Philharmonie. The Cultural Center also features 2 additional concert halls, an opera theater, 2 small theaters, and an art gallery. Well, this was all for today. Thanks for watching us broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Carisma. I am your host, Sofia Rattinger, and do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and log on to our website, www.mexiconewsnetwork.com, for more relevant information about Mexico and the world. We'll see you the next time.
Audio Jungle.